There we go. Hey family, what y'all doing today? It's your boy B there. As y'all can see, I'm down here up in the studio trying to catch it on this screen, man, and I ain't been on live in years. I mean, since it first came out, just been too busy with life. You know, my little man tight, and just trying to see what else is going on. I don't even did it go away? Well, I tell you, it's always a delay when you're trying to do live screen and you don't got two devices. My little man got my other device, but I just record it and go from there and try to get back with y'all, get in touch with y'all when I read some of the comments and stuff like that. Like I said before, man, we got a amazing 2026 coming in. We done signed our 3-year book deal with TBN. Like I said, the #1 Christian network. I don't think I never said the name officially yet. But we're trying to get ready for our worldwide release of our book Fame, A Gift and a Curse, and there'll be a collaboration effort. Of course, you got to get media approved, all this other stuff. But y'all can grab your own personal copy, man, at keepingthefaithbooks.com. Like I said, we got 3, man. It's been a long journey, man, and I know it's been hard for everybody after the pandemic. I think the other day, one of my cousins, he posted something. You know, he's been battling mental health for a while, and recently I guess it's been even tougher. You know, when you got kids, a new addition to the family, sleep, trying to work, trying to find a balance as a man, and you're going through all kind of other struggles. It's hard out there, you know, for a lot of people. Everybody's not built the same. Everybody's not equipped to handle different things, especially if you ain't got the support system, or you feel like you don't have the support system necessarily for you to do whatever you need to do for yourself, for your family. But that's why I tell people, man, always get help. Reach out to somebody. I'm trying to finish it up, getting certified as a Christian counselor again. Yeah, I did therapeutic counseling years ago for juveniles. And me and my guy Shane Thomas out there, he up in Mecklenburg, retired now. But it's been a journey, man. COVID, pre-COVID, I done seen so much stuff, man. Y'all can only imagine. I was out here at GBI and Georgia Bureau of Investigations, Director of Security Operations, all that stuff, during the height of the pandemic, during the Ahmaud Arbery case and stuff like that, all these other racial cases and you name it, terrorist stuff. I mean, it's been difficult for a lot of people, all that battling, you know, with my pops before he passed. When I first moved to Georgia, 2016, trying to do the acting, the modeling, dedicated my life back to God, doing a year abstinence, which ended up going to 2 years, and then I met my wife. So I tell people all the time, I don't have no regrets on life, because it's not gonna work out the way you think it is. It's gonna work out the way it's supposed to do. So I just tell people, just remain on your faith, man. It should stay humble, stay blessed, stay thankful that you're experiencing it, your life the best way you can. You know, we can always keep pushing. I come from, you know, a hard family. You had to be tough. You had to be strong. So anybody who know where I come from, we all kind of built the same. This new age stuff, you know, we don't get down with, but we still ain't gonna judge or criticize other people for the way they live their life. That's just not me, myself, personally. You got to do whatever the best for you and your family, you know, but I'm always, like I tell people all the time, I'm always speak for those who can't speak for themselves. I'm always be a protector for the kids, women, people who can't protect themselves or speak up. That's just me. That's how I'm built. So I always call myself a warrior for Christ. And I think I didn't know it was a blessing or a gift until I came to Georgia, not being able to judge other people, you know, for how they live their life. Because it's a different story up in Georgia. Everybody's somebody or want to be somebody. They're famous, they this, they that, you know. And I myself, you know, I don't work with Oprah, I don't work with Tyler Perry. I'm treating them just like I treat everybody else, you know. I'm gonna give you the utmost respect. You know, I don't care what you're doing in your personal life, stuff like that, but I'm gonna treat you the same way you treat me, or I'm gonna just separate myself. I don't have to deal with you, stuff like that. So I don't get starstruck, because, you know, none of my people I looked up to, they're all in the Bible, you know. So my pops, he's not longer here, stuff like that, but, you know, we have learning lessons for everybody we come in contact with. So I just tell people, man, just try to do what the best you can for you and your family. Stay humble, keep doing what you got to do, man. Let me check this live, see if it's still going. I don't know. Like I said, I can't see anything out there. Now you're now watching it live. I'm on my Mac right now trying to catch up anything. I appreciate everybody, speaking out, saying happy birthday. I don't celebrate it too much. What's up, Benji, man? Like I said before, man, I'm trying to do something. My book tour will be going on in 2026, coming back to the metro, South Carolina, North Carolina, be doing some stuff in Florida, of course, Georgia, and wherever else TBN gonna send us, we're gonna be there. I know they got a lot of big wigs, as they like to say, Joel Osteen, all these other people out there who's ministers or people of faith. I'm just a warrior, I come from the South. Y'all already know our struggle, man, how we came up. I think we just built different. When I look at people out there now, and being from the South, I think we're a little bit more genuine. We talk to people. We try to stay, we ask about how they're doing, and we actually mean it. We don't just sugarcoat things. We're going to be honest. So I think it's different when you go other places. Like I said before, man, I'm in this basement. Just got through working out a little bit. I was going to do it live outside, but it started raining a little bit out there. I had my little inflatable little pool, whatever else for little man, but he's all over the place. Started all the way back over. My daughter, what is 27, grown, little man grown, and now we got a 2-year-old going on 15. He'll be 3 October 13th. So just trying to keep up with him, trying to stay healthy, staying motivated, staying inspired, because I got to do whatever I got to do for the family, for him, for the next generation, for people who looking for mentors, looking for inspiration. Over the years, what I've been helping guys who struggling with mental health, low testosterone, stuff like that. I used to make my own herbal testosterone boosters to help people. It's just with the foods we eat, I can see why a lot of people feel the way they feel, or they don't have the energy, the lack of motivation, the lack of inspiration, and it's all stemmed from what we eat. Nutrition is 13 years now. It's crazy. Once you research what you eat, you find out what it is. Then you start realizing that what we eat do affect you. That's a different ball game. I tell people, I can't force you what to eat. I gave up meat almost 3 years ago, cold turkey. I was sponsored by Trifecta at the time, another meal prep company trying to do my bodybuilding, stuff like that. I had a fridge. We had 2 freezers, a fridge full of meal preps, and I ended up having to give them away. I just seemed like God spoke to me. It was like, we ain't supposed to eat that. And then I was deep in my Bible, because I was still trying to finish organizing some of the books that I've written, get it out. But life always try to prevent you from doing whatever you called to do. We do things that's a necessity for our family during the time, but it might not be necessarily what you're called to do. I think we all have our own gifts, talents, and we just need to put them into play, man. Sometimes, who knows? You might have stumbling blocks. You might have things that seems like they're interrupting you, bad relationships, other people who might just be there to block your blessings or whatever the case may be. But your time gonna come regardless. I look at my guy Shador Sanders. I talked to Junior a little bit how they did him in the draft, and I look at it symbolically. He was drafted at pick 144. Y'all already know the symbolic meaning of 144 in the Bible. So I just tell people, it don't matter where you think something's going to end up. God is always going to have the last laugh. He's always it's working in his favor regardless, So I just tell people, man, just keep doing what you got to do, man. Hey, BJ, I appreciate you, man. Benji Neal, man, I tell you, hey, we came a long way, man. They don't know nothing about Woodfield, man. They don't know how we grew up out there, man. Like I said before, I remember, man, we moved all over the place, big families. We came from a family life. Just so happened we had a lot of baby boomers. So we experienced, man, myself, my family, a lot of deaths in our family. And it kind of, it kind of took a toll on us, besides the effects of the world, racial discrimination, all this other stuff. But myself personally, I never took it personal against people who call us names, who call us out your name. I just never took it personal, and it was a message that my pops, his mother told me. I think she was half Indian, that you kill them with kindness. So that was one of my things I took for heart. Like, you be nice to somebody. They can't continue to mistreat you, or whatever the case, if you're being genuinely nice and you're not letting it disturb you, because you know who you are. I just look at that today, man, just at the food aspect of it. It seems like the world is always trying to tear you down, from spiritually, mentally, physically, the food we eat, the jobs, they're never going to pay us what you're worth. So I just look at that aspect and just actually start thinking about, what if we was doing the things God told us to do? What if we was eating the foods that we were supposed to do? What if we was, either breathing the air, drinking the water? I look, everything is plastic. You got all kind of plastic microbites, all this other stuff that get in our body. We poison ourselves every day, but we still here. We're still strong. We still pushing it. Just imagine if we was in the perfect situation for us to flourish. That's why I know we are special. I know we are unique. I know we have all kind of gifts, talents, and abilities that we don't even recognize we have, because we don't even think about that. We wake up each and every day, man, going through trials, tribulations, our own personal struggles, mental health, physical health, our careers, our jobs. We know people looking down on us. We know people who might be out to try to block your blessings, try to get on you, trying to disrespect you, talk down to you, whatever the case may be. But we always keep pushing. People where I come from, we ain't gonna never give up, trying to do what we got to do regardless, because we built different. You can't even be honest with people no more. They got the cancel culture. I don't believe in cancel culture itself. I believe in agreeing to disagree. I don't get too much in politics itself, because, like I say, I don't think the political system is made the way it's supposed to be made for us. We are the people. So if we vote for whatever the case, you just got to own up to it. That's just how I see it. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, whatever the case, because history has always been rewritten for whatever purpose. We know the Bible always says there's nothing new under the sun. I truly believe that. I know that a lot of people might not even have faith. They know the word has been twisted, tormented, and changed for whatever purpose it is, but the word is still the word. I think a lot of people, like myself, always picked up on clues. I see signs and everything. I just happen to see it. I see a lot of genuine people out there, and I can feel it. It's just a feeling you get. I don't have to question it. I know I can tell people motives. I can tell they there for you or they're there for something else. That's just how it is. Especially if you're in Georgia, man, you already know how they get down out here. Everybody. I see so many talented people. I call Georgia the women's state. When I first came up here, man, there were so many women in business degrees who are always successful. The men is a different story, but they always was hustlers, and I think it's because the women more powerful, because it was outnumbered. I think it was like 10-1 when I came here, 20-16. So many options, but like I said, I wasn't dating, so they thought something was wrong with me doing the acting, being on Devious Maze, being on what it was, 24 Legacy, being on what other show out there with I think Tyler Perry had something, and one of his actors got mad and he ended up taking me off. It was like a detective, it was like a cop show or whatever else. What's Loving You is something, one of them shows or whatever the case. But he called Oprah and got me on a show, and I kind of hung out with her. And how they film it, they film kind of from ending to beginning of, y'all know how they do like TV shows and stuff like that. So you could be on 3 or 4 episodes, but when they chop it up, you don't never know how you're gonna lay out. So like I said, I like the acting, but I don't have to do it. I think all of us are capable of being actors. It's just how you're going to act when the cameras is on your eye and straight in your face. I like doing the stage plays when I was doing that. That's genuine acting. I mean, that's the hardest thing you can do, because you going right off key. You mess up, nobody ever know. I mean, because you got to keep doing what you got to do. You got to keep staying in it, man. But 2016, I'm ready to do something a little bit different, man. Try to do a live once a week, just connect with people, add them on if I can. I got to get probably my other phone, my son. I'm gonna have to take that so I can do both side by side, so I can see the comments, so I can see people who want to join in and just talk, man. See how people doing, reach out to them. Like I said, I know pandemic has been hard for me and my wife, the kids, everybody else. We've been grinding. I had my nutrition company. Took me 15 years to make my first product. I think I still got some stuff down here. And you know, after selling out or whatever the case, big business, they took over. The supply and demand, they kind of blocked me from getting more supplies out, but they made sure the big businesses, the companies, we had the same manufacturer. You name any of the top brands when it comes to supplements, we had the same manufacturer. I tell you like that. I created mine from scratch, all my ingredients, tested years of trying to put in the work. Came up, I was thinking it was the first company to come up with organic greens with the probiotics in there. But you know, like I said before, supply and demand, you just starting out, big business is always going to take priority over you, you know, because they're going to get more money. So why should they give you? You'll think it's the opposite. Hey, you don't have the business like that. So, and you're still running. Why not let the small businesses keep going, and the big businesses, you know, they got room to run out if they need to, but they'll never run out because they got so much quantity out there. So, you know, just learning the ropes, man, business, how society really works. It's a little different story, man, in 2025. But like I said, we've been blessed, man. Just hurting the last couple of days, man. Like I said before, my cousin struggling with the mental health. He admitted himself. I don't play around too much when it comes to suicide and stuff like that, or being in a place that you even thinking about it. That's because I had a friend who did it before I came to 2016. Initials was KW, man. He ended up taking himself out, and his ex-spouse out, and he's supposed to come up here with me. And so, you know, you go through all those things. I put it in one of my books, man, those struggles with that stuff like that. And people don't know because I ain't never really kind of talked out about it, but he was in the church. He done went to his spiritual leaders for help. They turned their back on him, whatever the case. They was, you know, they blame it, especially if you're a soldier, you done been overseas, you know, work for the government. They can always blame it on mental health, but he was going through a spiritual battle. He had most of his senses out there. You know, I talked to him moments before it happened, and I think he was at peace at the time. I just thought that he was getting better, you know. Okay, I'm getting ready, 26, I'm moving to Georgia, I'm finna do this acting thing, you can come down rent free, all this other stuff, man, that we had planned out, and he was excited. Showed up to work the next day. I think he seen me and he kind of took off. I knew something was up, and then later on I heard the news. So, you know, I had to go through that kind of struggles like that, and it kind of brought back memories, because like I said before, I'm writing this now in my book, talking about him and other things, to transcribe my brother, my pops, all this and that. And then I see this with my cousin, him going through his own struggles and battles, and he got little kids. You know, I see my son Titan, full of energy. This fella is almost 4 feet already. He ain't even 3, you know, 35 pounds or so. Plant-based. He never ate no meat. We got a plant-based family, like I said, cold turkey, and he's 100% on everything. Strong as an ox, energetic, you know, and I just see that, you know, just looking at life, man. I just say love your kids, love your family and friends. Reach out to them if you can. I don't care if it's sending a message, DM, a comment, whatever the case may be. I need to do it a whole lot more. Scheduling. If I can show y'all my Fitbit, I keep scheduling. I normally average the last, since before he was born, it was like 3.5 hours. I think overall now it's went up to like 4 hours, averaging asleep every day. All while trying to finish up my books, trying to handle business, trying to do stuff with family and friends. So it's been tough, I know, on a lot of people. And you already know, when you lack in sleep, your mental health, your mental capabilities when it comes to thinking, presenting, trying to do your day-to-day operations, you kind of running on autopilot. So I get it. I get everybody going through their own struggle. So, but it's going to get better. It's not supposed to be easy. I don't think it's going to be easy, but we just look at the world. This is what the world is right now. I don't think a lot of people have a clue, especially with the stats, the crime rates, everything else I used to get with that GBI. You don't got a clue at how the world really is. You know, we look at social media. That's not reality. You know, they try to make it seem like we're not united on a lot of other things when it comes to spiritual, physical, and just community itself in general. They try to keep the divide going, man. But I'm always going to be advocate for unity, regardless of your own personal preferences or whatever the case may be. That's just me. You know, I believe in positive energy. I believe in positivity, but I'm also a faith believer. So we just been grinding, man. What my director, Charlie Steves from Britain, y'all seen, I did 2 movies. I think the one, Snake Infestation, might be out sometime this year. We just got word on that one, that they moving forward. It's already went to the distributor. And, you know, we had Deep South Death House. That's going to be out October, I think. So 2 movies out there, 3 books done, book tour coming up. We went with TBN. So we got a lot of amazing stuff, like I said before, going in, but also at the same time, I can't be too happy because I know we got so much work to do. When I see so many of my family and friends dealing with mental health issues, personal issues, relationship issues, heartbreak, loss, tragedy, you know what I mean? It wears on you a little bit, especially if you're a person like myself, you want to reach out to people, but you know, you ain't got the time or capability. You know, like I say, sleeping 4 hours of sleep and then you trying to get your own stuff into play. How can we reach out? So I believe that the world is always trying to keep us separated, but I know if we are united in a lot of other things, what we can actually do. We'll change the world, man. So I just, like I said before, I'm always praying for everybody, man. Hopefully I can be in South Cat a little bit sooner than next year, trying to get my dates and all this other stuff up to par. When we coming out there, when the book tour is going to be going on, what cities we're going to be in and everything like that. If I'm going to bring little man with me, so y'all be able to see Titan up and close and personal. I don't mind taking them anywhere I go. You know, I did it for a while with my daughter, my son. They used to be on my hip. Wherever I went, I believe that they can go. Whatever I watch, I believe they can watch. So, you know, I don't watch too many things that I don't believe they want to watch anyway. So, you know, like I said, I hope they all out there staying blessed, man. Stay strong out there, man. Keep doing what you got to do. You know, if y'all can hear up, they coughing, little man. He's getting potty trained right now, so I had to delay this live a little bit, but I appreciate all the birthday shout outs, man. Y'all check out any of my original books. Head over to keepingthefaithbooks.com, man. Grab your own copy. I'll go ahead and so, you know, write anything in there you want, a personal message, just share a memory, something like that, man. Where I know you're from, how long it's been, should we connect next year, what city you in? Because like I said before, we gonna be on the road, we gonna be all over the US maybe next year, maybe abroad. You know, I know the missus will love being abroad, so we have a lot of stuff in the works that God is working for us, and we're gonna go ahead and keep the blessings going forward for other people who are in our lives and other people who I know. You know, I know a lot of amazing shit when it comes to social media. You know, I like to be more up and close. Say we got to gear up and get ready for the book tour and our inspirational talks and our book reads and everything else like that. So we getting back in the groove, man. It's about time. It's been, like I said, it's been a long, challenging time, a long time coming. 3 books done. We got 2 more in the works. Who knows when they want us to release that? But you know, it's gonna be something every couple months and stuff like that y'all gonna be excited and amazed to see. But God is always there for you, man. You ever need to reach me, send me a message, DM me, whatever struggles you got to. You just need somebody to talk to. Hey, I'm all ears. I still do nutrition consultations, but they don't have to be about nutrition. 20-30 minutes if you just trying to book something, say, hey, just seeing what you was doing, man. You know, I think my guy King reached out to me. Some messages I don't get. I don't know why. It's like stuff is real and it's fake and all kind of scammers out there. So it's time to be careful. You know, trust your loved ones. Try to come up with some codes, man, so people can know it's you. I know it's like 3-4 accounts. I know people who have, and they got fake Facebook accounts and everything else like that. So if you reach out to me, you message me, my number ain't changed. You know what I mean? I think on one of my on my IG on the stories, I put my card out there. So it's a business card, email. I'm always available on email though. So, but y'all stay blessed, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live right now. Hey, and it's time for us to get ready for work. I got to go to work part-time tonight, put little man down. So the journey never ends. It's always a continuing process. It's a day-to-day thing, but hey, we got some work to do. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll see y'all soon. Let's go.